some people long ago were looking for a different tune, one that they could croon as only they can. They only had the rhythm, so they started swaying to and fro. They didn't know just what to use. Now this is how the blues really began. Oh yeah. Not yet, not yet. I'll let you know when. They heard the breeze through the trees, singing with melodies, and they made that just the start of the blues. And from a jail there came a wail from a downhearted wail, and they made that just the start of the blues. And now from a whippoorwill sitting high on a hill, they grabbed a new note, and then they pushed it through a horn until it was one into a blue note. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and then they came out with the news that for Southland gave birth to the blues. And now from the whippoorwill sitting high on a hill, they grabbed a new note, and then they pushed it through a horn until it was one into a blue note. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and then they came out with the news that for Southland gave birth to the blues. Yeah, they nursed it, rehearsed it, and came out with the news that for Southland gave birth to the blues. Did you like Birth of the Blues? I said, did you like Birth of the Blues? You want some more? From a whippoorwill sitting high on a hill, they clapped a new note, and then they pushed it through a horn until it was one into a blue note. And then they nursed it, rehearsed it, and then they came out with the news that for Southland gave birth to the blues. Yeah, they nursed it, rehearsed it, and came out with the news that for Southland gave birth to the blues. How about that band right there? One, two, 3. Help me out here. Why don't you come along with me?
Come along with me.
Down the Mississippi.
Down the Mississippi.
Yeah, we'll take a boat to the land of dreams, a stream down the river, down to New Orleans. The band be there to greet us.
And be there
Come on,
to
sir.
meet us.
Friends there to meet us.
Friends there to meet
Yeah, that's where all the elite meet. Heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. I said Basin Street is the street where the folks, now they all meet in New Orleans, your land of dreams. You'll never know how nice it seems or just how much it really means. I'm glad to be, yes sirree, where welcome's free and dear to me. Yeah, now I can't lose my Basin Street blues. And it sounds like this. You know, he'll do about a little splat, bap, who be dee da, hey, that's flat, baba, hope I did diddly, but spully diddly 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 diddly, hey, diddly, hey, but scubba doodly diddly, but I love a do, ow, splat, put up, you know, me, I will do splat, bap, 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 who be dee da, hey, that's flat, baba, hope I did diddly diddly, I'm talking about the Basin Street blues, bo, 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 do, 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 do. Ah, why don't you come along with me? I can't hear y'all. Down the Mississippi.
Down the Mississippi.
Yeah, we'll take a boat to the land of dreams. A stream down the river, down to New Orleans. The band be there to greet us.
Band be there to greet us.
Friends there to meet us.
Friends there to meet us.
Yeah, that's where all the elite meet. Heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. I said Basin Street is the street where the folks, now they all meet in New Orleans, your land of dreams. You'll never know how nice it seems or just how much it really means. Bo-doo-doo, split-bo-doo-da. Yeah, looking like old Satchmel's back over there. Oh, split-doo-doo. I'm talking about the Basin Street Blues. No, don't applaud that. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are, but it's not that bad. But so that's a call from Louis Armstrong. And he would say, and by the way, there's a guy way in the back with wearing a blue shirt. You were out of tune the whole time singing with us. Just want to make you know. So you notice everybody was looking at you, right? Yeah. So it's a blue shirt. Yeah. Zip it this time. No. So look, what we got to do is that's Louis Armstrong's greatest call. And you're supposed to go, oh yeah. Can we do an oh yeah? Not yet. Not yet. I'm running this. Okay. So this we're doing a rehearsal, one rehearsal. Baba do za da da da. And you go, oh yeah, okay, let's try. Baba do za do za. Oh yeah. Yeah, sir, you're still singing, and I need you to zip it on that one. All right, this is for the big one. Last time. Here we go. We're doing it this time. Baba do za do za. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Please be seated. You don't have to stand up after every song. We know we're good. How could we not be with the Elmhurst Jazz Band right behind us? I have to tell you, I've been a little nervous to come here and perform for you. The last time I was here, I was graciously invited by Doug Beach, and what happened is I was doing a really soft song, and right in the middle of it, people started snoring. It was like one guy just... So I said, I actually stopped the band, and I said, excuse me, miss, is this your husband? And she said, yes, it is. I said, well, he's disturbing my performances. And so I said, what do you want me to do about it? She said, well, could you wake him up? She said, you put him to sleep, you wake him up, sir. The true story. All my true stories are true. Look, we have one of the great drummers ever joining us. You've seen him. Do you remember Maynard Ferguson, the great trumpet player and band leader? Do you remember the great Woody Herman? Woody Herman? Yeah. Do you remember a guy you might not recognize? He's a very obscure name. Remember Tony Bennett? Do you know Tony Bennett? Well, our drummer played with all of those people. That's how fantastic it is. His name is Jim Rupp. Would you please acknowledge the great Jim Rupp? And ladies and gentlemen, Jim plays for you a great solo on the one we hope that you recognize it. This is called Cute. We thank you so much for the great talents of Jim Rupp on the drums. Truly one of the great drummers that you'll ever hear, ladies and gentlemen. We're also extremely proud to bring you one of the great keyboard players that you'll ever hear. He got his start playing in churches and places like that, went on to become a big star. When the great Count Basie passed away, one of the great piano players ever, one of the great band leaders, they got this young man to be his substitute to begin, and people fell in love with him playing that chair. Then he's played all over the world. Sometimes it's China, sometimes it's Poland, sometimes it's it's all through Europe. It's any place you can name. He's always touring, and we're so fortunate to be able to have him. He did get a pretty good start. His first big gig, ladies and gentlemen, was playing the Hammond B3 organ right there behind Ray Charles for many years. He is truly the best. He gives you a song that if you like Dionne Warwick, you will enjoy this one. And I'm not going to even tell you the name of it, because if you don't know it when he starts playing it, then you don't like fried chicken. The great Bobby Floyd. I think he could take another bow right there. A tradition that we'll talk about a little bit more later, but all of the great jazz music starts from a foundation of like spirituals, gospel songs, into ragtime. Then you start getting into, you know, Dixieland and other types of music. And so one of the things that people did is they wrote songs about how hard it was to work, and this song really is the example of one of those. It's called Work Song. Lyrics that go like, breaking rocks right here on the chain gang, and those kind of things. And so we feature the great Bobby Floyd on this one. And do you need to warm up your instrument, or are you okay? First we have to turn it on, which nobody told us about, and actually have to have some electricity running through there. And you know, while he's getting ready, can I just mention a couple people that I wanted to acknowledge. First one, I have my little cheat sheet here, is a young man who's been involved in helping the Jazz Festival and also this thing here in June. And this is Christopher Parsons. Would you join me in thanking Christopher for all his hard work? He's the director of the festival and all that kind of good stuff. Our band leader is one of the great trumpet players, band leaders in this country. He's now, Elmhurst is fortunate to have him, and the band is killing it. Kirk Garrison, right here, the director of our jazz band, and the trumpet teacher, and I'll take that later. You're gonna need more. He had like $50. You got to come up with some big numbers for that. And the final person I'd like to just acknowledge, because he was so important to the growth of this and was almost here at the very beginning. He's become a dear friend, a person who loves the trumpet and who loves jazz as much as I do. He has a craziness about him, and even though he's retired from here, he is still working to make this festival and these concerts good. And that is my dear friend. I want him to stand up. That's Doug Beach right there. Stand up, Doug. Stand up. Doug, stand up. Oh, he can't stand up. We love you, Doug. Great. Thank you. This is Work Song with Bobby Floyd right here. I think Bobby can take another bow right there. Bobby Floyd. Can our soloists in the band stand up that played on this one? We thank you for the great talents of Mr. Bobby Floyd. I don't even know what we're playing next. I have to have my little cheat sheet here. Oh yeah, we got something special for you now. I met a young lady years ago. Just heard her singing in a club. Asked her to sing with my band. She tore it up. She's truly one of the great young artists, and you should be happy that you hear her now, because pretty soon you won't be able to afford to buy tickets to whatever she does. We wanted to share her with you because she is, like Tina Turner says, she's simply the best. Would you welcome to the stage, Sydney McSweeney is coming out here right now.
Instead of cry, I'm gonna take the town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live till I die. They're gonna say, what a gal. I'm gonna play to the sky. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have my flames. I'm gonna live till I die. The blues I lay low, I'll make them stay low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take my chance riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live till I die. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel, but until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take my chance, riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live till I die.
I told you she was good, right? One of the great things about being an American is that so many people from different cultures and indeed different lands came and added so much to our country. And we're so proud of those things that they did. And some of the people we're so proud of are people like the Gershwins, people like Irving Berlin and so many others. And they did amazing thing coming to this country and making us happier with the music that they created. In the case of George Gershwin, he had so prolific a career, from Rhapsody and Blue to so many other things. This next one you might enjoy, and it's one he wrote, and it's very similar to that vibe that he got in Porgy and Bess, which is one he wrote with his brother Ira Gershwin. So we hope that you remember the great song, The Man I Love. And this one starts out with our bass player.
he'll come along, the man I love, and he'll be big and strong, the man I love. And when he comes my way, I'll do my best to he'll look at me and smile, I'll understand. And in a little while, he'll take my hand. And though it seems absurd, I know we both won't say. Above, I'm waiting for the man I shall meet him Sunday, maybe Monday, maybe Monday. Still I'm sure to meet him one day, or maybe Tuesday will be my good news day. He'll build a little home just a man for two, from which I'll never roam. Who would hurt you? And so I'll else above, I'm searching for the man I love, the man I love.
We'll do another one for you with your kind permission. Can we do a couple more? Is that okay? All right. We were going to do them anyway, but we're all good? Here we go. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Got a shade on, a sweet Georgia brown. 2 left feet, oh how neat is sweet. wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'm telling you why. You know I don't lie, not much.
It's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. What a shame, how she cools 'em down. All the fellas that she can't get are only fellas that she ain't met. Georgia claim to Georgia name, sweet Georgia Brown.
Yeah, gal made, got a shade, sweet Georgia Brown, 2 left feet, and oh, how sweet is Georgia Brown.
They all sigh and wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'm telling you
Why?
Oh, you know I don't
Oh, it's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. What a shame! What a shame! I said, what a shame!
all the fellas that she can get are only fellas that she ain't met. But Georgia claim to Georgia name, sweet Georgia Brown.
Got a shade, sweet Georgia Brown, 2 left feet, and oh, how sweet is Georgia Brown. They all sigh, wanna die for sweet Georgia Brown. I'm telling you why. Yeah, you know I don't lie.
It's been said she knocks 'em dead when she lands in town. What a shame, how she cools 'em down. All the fellas that she can't get are only fellas that she ain't met. The Georgia, Georgia, sweet Georgia.
Yeah, can you Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was a song by the great Duke Ellington, and it was called Come Sunday. And as I mentioned before, the gospel and spiritual tradition are so important in bringing jazz to that next place. They were the foundation, and we built upon that. Great jazz songs and great spirituals and great gospel songs. I want to, with your kind permission, give you something special. I've asked Sydney McSweeney if you could come back on. And we'd like to have her really give you an example of what that feeling was like to hear one of those old spirituals. And this is our gift to you. And we just want to thank you so much for coming out. And Sydney McSweeney, you're in her hands now.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, constant friend is He. His eye, His arms sparrow, and I know He watches over me. I see because I'm happy, and I see because I'm free. His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches because I'm free. 'Cause I is on the
Sidney McSweeney there. I think she can take another bow. When the saints go marching in, yeah, I wanna be in that number. Hey, when the saints go marching in.
Oh, when the sun refuses to shine. Oh, when the sun refuses to shine. Oh, how I want to be in that number. When the sun refuses to shine.
If you like them, let me hear you say yes. I said, if you like the Elmhurst Jazz Band, let me hear you say yes. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We thank you so much for coming out. But I feel something coming on. Can you feel it? Oh. I said, hey, hey, oh, oh, yes, yes, yes. I said, quack, 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 quack. Yes, yes. Clap your hands.
Bobby Floyd, Jim Rupp, Sidney McSweeney, and the Elmhurst University Jazz Band. You done? All right. Thank you so much to PNC Bank for sponsoring this event. We look forward to seeing you all here for the 30th anniversary. Drive home safe, and we'll see you next year. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.